Hi, welcome to a short documentary about the Native American culture known as the Salado. Around AD 1150, the Salado culture, named for its dependence on the nearby Rio Salado, or the Salt River as we know it, took hold in the Arizona Valley, now known as the Tonto Basin. The Salado represent a culture which was centered in the Tonto Basin in the Superstition Mountains. This is about 80 miles east of Phoenix, Arizona, and the culture appeared around 1150 AD and disappeared around 1450 AD. The Salado geographical area is comprised of high desert mountains and river valleys. The Salt River, after which the Salado were named, was the heart of the Salado territory and a major source of water, arable farmland, and trade routes to the other tribes in the area. The Salado were in the center of the three major recognized cultures of the Southwest at this time period: the Anasazi to the north, the Mogollon to the east and south, and the Hohokam to the west and southwest. The Salado culture combined customs and characteristics of several American Indian groups who lived in the area, such as the Mogollon, whose pottery styles and burial traditions they adopted. Like the Hohokam people, the Salado channeled the river's waters to create farmland in the desert. They built Pueblo-style buildings. Unfortunately, the Salado left no written records, so their stories are largely told through archaeological discoveries. As the population grew, people organized irrigation districts along the Salt River. Each district was responsible for ditches, fields, and crops along a few miles of the river. District activity was centered at structures that were known as platform mounds because masonry structures were built atop man-made hills. Although some are now below Roosevelt Lake, the ruins of the platform mounds are still scattered along the length of the Salt River and Tonto Creek. By 1300, the growing population and shrinking amount of resources pushed the Salado people to spread throughout the region. Some Salado moved from the valley floor and settled in the hillsides, a few soaring 2,000 feet high. Others built settlements on plateaus and in shallow caves above the Tonto Basin. The Salado built structures from siltstone rock that littered the caves and plastered their buildings with mud. The Salado culture, like the Hohokam, farmed the rich soil of the Tonto Basin. Recent analysis of plant materials and seeds recovered from the soil reveals that they grew corn, beans, pumpkins, cotton, and amaranth, which is a type of grain. Evidence also suggests that the Salado supplemented farmed crops with the buds, leaves, and roots of a wide variety of native plants, which included the prickly pear and saguaro cactus, and trees such as the mesquite, black walnut, sycamore, and hackberry. The yucca plant was valued for its edible buds and stalks. Its fiber was woven into rope, mats, clothing, and sandals. Tips of the plant's stiff leaves were actually used as sewing needles, and a type of soap was extracted from its roots. Evidence indicates that the Salado hunted local deer, rabbit, quail, and other small game for food, and fashioned tools from their bones. Experts widely agree that the Salado walked away from their cliff dwellings sometime around AD 1450. By this time, the population had grown so large that demand and overuse led to a scarcity of resources, and the quality of life declined. Internal strife, drought, and disease are other factors that likely caused the Salado to abandon their lofty homes. Tree ring data from the Tonto Basin show that devastating floods were followed by prolonged drought. All of the cultural groups of the Southwest experienced population drops, abandonment of cities, and a general breakdown of the cultural patterns and traditions. The Salado were excellent potters. There are three recognized styles of Salado polychrome pottery: the Pinto, the Gila, and the Tanto. All were done in red, white, and black colors. Pinto, the earliest pottery, is known for a thin white slip on the inside of bowls with an organic black paint that was used to paint geometric designs. The Gila style contained bolder designs applied with a heavier paint. They were often complex and asymmetrical and sometimes utilized abstract figures. Tanto, the third style of Salado pottery, included bowls and squat jars. Tanto differs from Gila in that red was occasionally combined with the white slip and black paint, and sometimes the outside of the pots were painted. Now that you understand the history of the people and the area, we're going to take a journey up Devils Chasm Canyon to explore a set of Salado Indian ruins. Our adventure begins where Devils Chasm Creek intersects with FS 203. The first leg is from the campground to a choke point in the canyon that is blocked by a large boulder. When reaching the boulder, we have climbed about 970 feet in 1.2 miles, which is a grade of 18%. The steady ascent ends after about 1 hour into the hike, and the trail is easy to follow at times and very difficult to distinguish at other times.
No, I don't. I think that, I have a route on a GPS if you want to get it out and take a look. This is the first big choke point I think they talk about. Well, not here, but I think over there I do. Well, I can assure you it was snow not long ago. Unbelievable. I'm grateful to have something flat to walk on. Yeah, I think the snakes aren't out yet, but within a couple of weeks at these temperatures they will be. I agree. And it's important to stay away from snakes. Should be on the right there. You want to stay.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to say.
Yep. Hey Mike, you take a shower. You need the rope, Bill?
The rope was a great help in scaling the wall as we navigated around the boulder closing the canyon.
Now your right hand grabs that rock right there. Your left knee goes right at where your tit is. See that little shelf there? Yeah, your left knee goes right there.
There?
Yep.
That means I gotta come up and grab this.
Good. There you go. Walk with feet. Now grab on tight with both hands and walk your feet.
Are you kidding me?
That's good. You got it.
Coming up?
Yep, keep coming up.
And of course, I didn't have the recorder on when I...
We entered a cave as we reached the top of the boulder, and it was quite a tight squeeze getting out the opening at the other end.
Nice place to live right here.
Yeah. Cool, huh?
Yeah. If you put your chest next to the rock, you actually can
Get through.
get through. You have to keep your chest and chin right next to that rock to the right.
Somehow I got to get this GPS inside my shirt. I don't want to scratch
The second leg is from the choke point to a waterfall, and we climb about 1,370 feet in 7/10 of a mile. This grade is 27%.
Yeah, and you know, the first, I don't know, first couple, 3 hours or nothing. It's just bushwhacking all the way. So make your own trail. But it's exciting. So we're going to keep plodding and see what we can get. Thank you.
We got up where
Yeah. Kind of go around the left side. Yeah. But so this side or the other side?
The waterfall comes into view fairly quickly, and again, a previous hiker was nice enough to leave a rope on the left side of the waterfall that helped us scale the vertical climb. The rope provided stability as we stepped our way up the waterfall on small stone outcroppings.
Scares the shit out of me. You gotta go down there.
The final leg is from the waterfall to the ruins. The climb will be 1,325 feet in 1/2 of a mile.
Well, what?
This is a steep grade of 220%.
Holy shit. What are we doing?
We continue rock climbing up the canyon for about 1,000-foot gain in elevation.
Get the perspective there. Look at the spire up there.
The hike was taking quite a toll on our energy, so we selected a nice flat rock shelf, had lunch, and the Oreo cookies were quite a treat after our sandwiches.
What's that?
There's snow on that rock right down there.
Yeah.
It evidently stays shaded.
Fuck. Okay. I'll make my last one on the rock then.
The climb to the ruins from the bottom of the canyon was on an unmarked trail that was near vertical. We learned quickly to increase the distance between us because the rocks were coming down from the hiker above us, and it was important not to get hit. The trail was so steep, we needed to grab rocks, brush, trees, or anything that was firmly rooted to the ground so we could continue the ascent up the side of the hill. This last 700-foot climb to the ruins was as good of a cardiovascular workout as you could ever get.
Mexico.
At 5,700 foot elevation, we discover traces of snow, and we hope that they stay traces and it does not accumulate as we go higher up the mountain. The terrain is so steep here, the last thing we need is slippery snow or ice while we are ascending towards the ruins.
Okay. Thank you. Hey, Rod. Rod! There's some here, but that's not the big building. Oh, it must be the other way.
I'm feeling lightheaded.
Are you? Sit down. Okay. Drink some water. There's a rock. That'll help. Can I get you the water? Okay. It's possible, so cool down a little. Sit there and relax. Rod? I'm going to walk around the corner. I won't leave you. Hey, Rod, are you in the ruins? Okay. Okay? All right. Okay, just stay there till you feel better. Yeah, how are you? Are you in the shade, Mike? Okay. $700-foot vertical, brother.
At this point, we're actually very close to the ledge that will let us get to the ruins. I keep saying to myself, you've made it this far, don't look down. As we continue to scale the rocks, the ruins come into sight, and we know it's well worth the effort.
It had to carry this stuff up here. Oh my
We have
God.
reached the ruins, and the inset pictures are what we first saw as we approached them on the ledge. The picture on the right is a metate that was used by the Salado Indians to grind grain. The picture on the left is pottery shards inside the ruins. The doors between the rooms in the ruins were very low and very narrow. The general consensus about the small doors is that it was a defense mechanism to make it difficult for enemies to attack them during the night. The ruins were built facing south, and looking up from the rooms reveal massive ledges above the ruins. The interior walls appear to be plastered with mud. The view looking east through this opening was spectacular. By the way, it was about a 700-foot vertical drop outside of the opening. The photo inset on the right shows this dramatic view looking to the east towards Cherry Creek. These ruins are an advanced structure, obviously having at least 2 stories during their occupation. The Salado culture combined customs and characteristics of several American Indian groups who lived in the area. Scientists believe that these ruins were abandoned about 800 years ago.